Welcome to another episode of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs, the most hardcore bodybuilding supplements on the market. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, and I'm here to bring you all the latest news from the world of bodybuilding and fitness. It's Thursday, February 12th, 2015. Let's get to it. After what may have been the most productive offseason of his career, Fouad Abiad has decided to hit the stage and show the bodybuilding world what he's been cooking up over the last year. We haven't seen Fouad step on stage since last year's Dallas Europa Super Show, where he finished second behind eventual winner Branch Warren. But earlier this week, Abiad announced that he'll be making his 2015 debut just over 8 weeks from now at the FIBO Power in Cologne, Germany. This past offseason, Abiad tipped the scales at over 290 pounds, while still managing to keep his lines, and added even more thickness to a physique that's been vastly improved over the past few years. With all the improvements Abiad looks to be bringing this contest season, we just might see the man they call Haas walk away with his first pro victory of his career. This year, a new crop of athletes are going to be taking the stage for the first time as IFBB pro athletes, as they look to put their own imprint on the bodybuilding landscape. And in just 7.5 weeks from today, Freddie McRae will be the next athlete to take the plunge and dive headfirst into the deep end of the pool. It's been quite the ride for McRae, who went from relative obscurity to winning his IFBB pro card at last year's NPC Nationals. When asked about his plans for the upcoming contest season, McRae said, quote, "I have a plan on being much denser and much more separated than I was at the Nationals. Right now, I'm planning on making my pro debut at the St. Louis Pro, and if everything goes well, I might even step on stage at the Edmonton Pro as well." If you don't already know the name Hassan Jama, it may be time to get yourself acquainted. The Canadian muscle machine has been steadily working his way up the bodybuilding ladder for over a decade. But it was at last year's IFBB Amateur Olympia in Acapulco, Mexico, where he really opened up some eyes with his second place finish in the heavyweight class. Jama released some new off-season photos earlier in the week, and judging from the look of things, he doesn't have any intention of ending the year without the words IFBB Pro preceding his name. Jama's gifted structure and round muscle bellies are enough to make him a contender in any lineup he enters. But if he hopes to make the leap into the pro ranks of the IFBB, he has to nail his conditioning on contest day and bring his physique in at 100%. There are less than 4 weeks to go now until some of the most blistering bikini vixens in the sport take the stage in Columbus, Ohio. And while all eyes are going to be on the reigning two-time Miss Olympia, Ashley Kaltwasser, to see if she can continue her stranglehold on the bikini pro division, one athlete to keep an eye on as a possible dark horse contender is last year's Iowa Pro champ, Norman Astria. Astria looks to be right on track to bring her A-game to the international stage, as she attempts to do something no other competitor has been able to do in the last 2 years: knock Kaltwasser from her winner's circle. With 2 pro victories on her resume, Astria's already shown that she's got what it takes to be among the best in the sport. But if she has any hope of staging an upset, she'll certainly have to bring her A-game the first week in March. After weeks of hiding away in bodybuilding's witness protection program, Cedric McMillan has finally resurfaced. And it may not be good news for the competition. McMillan released a video this week sporting a pair of questionable Batman posing trunks and giving fans a sneak peek at what he'll be bringing to the stage in just a few short weeks. According to McMillan, he's currently sitting at 280 pounds, and after a controversial third-place finish at last year's Arnold Classic, I think it's safe to say he'll be heading into this year's competition looking for redemption. When he's at his best, Cedric has the kind of new-school muscle combined with an old-school aesthetic quality that other athletes in the sport quite simply don't have. But if he wants to claim his first Arnold Classic title and fulfill his dream of being interviewed by Arnold himself, he'll have to take the stage at nothing less than 100%. Also, rumor has it that McMillan will be debuting his newest posing creation called the Tomahawk Pose. And finally, don't forget to catch the replay of last night's Iron Debate with Flexitron Sean Roden. It's available now for download exclusively at rxmuscle.com. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. Brought to you by Iron Mag Labs, the most hardcore bodybuilding supplements on the market. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.